Heat 2 of round 3 men's World Longboard Championship event here in Taiwan. We have Phil Rajzman in red from Brazil and Ned Snow in blue from Hawaii. Little left go right, stalls at the takeoff, gets a quick 5, has to go back to the tail. Big turns there, putting the rail in the water, stalling it again, trying to get to the nose, 5, 10. So backing up that first little nose ride with the second one. A lot of good turns. You know, whether or not this is the highest scoring wave he's going to have in the heat, it's so confident building. He's got one of the most savviest competitors, world champion himself, Phil Rajzman, setting up that nose ride on a much bigger wave, all the way on the outside. Big switch foot drop knee turn there, very classic traditional style. Phil has spent years, you know, refining a classic approach that he can add into his surfing style. You know, if you follow Phil Rajzman on Instagram, you'll see him riding, you know, pipeline on his longboard. Very powerful, very progressive surfer, but a very strong grasp of the traditional as well. Get a replay as Phil uses a crossfoot turn to set up that first nose ride. Has to come off of it pretty quickly. There's a really smooth, clean turn. You can see the grace of Phil's upper body. Very upright, very controlled, powerful. Switch foot turn again. And just going to kick out right here. And then Ned Snow on the wave, right, taking off right behind him. Setting up the bottom turn, going up and hitting the top. So choosing to go to the bottom and go for turns on that wave right out the gate, and then getting a nose, hoping for a nose ride here, and not getting one. So as dynamic as that turn was there, that was 3 turns on that wave, only using half of the board.
Yeah, stoked. It's working well.
So you're talking quite detailed about the dimensions. You competed at the event here last year, got in the final. What did you learn about coming here last year to bring into this campaign?
Well, for previous years, we've all been competing in China, and the board trend kind of went to quite wide boards because the wave was quite soft and it was more about the nose riding. So last year I come here with 2 boards that were 23 inches wide, and they didn't really go in these kind of waves.
Strong 8 and a 6.83 on his second. So, and we're just looking at his third wave here with some real sweeping crossfoot turns. It was a quick nose ride, able to get out there again, but that's not truly a nose ride. It's going out and touching the nose. And watch the crossfoot work here. The commitment to being off-footed there as you're making a big turn with the bump in the chop out there. It's a real tribute to the control and the power of Phil, who is a very strong surfer, physically, mentally, a great competitor. As we see Ned Snow go out and over the top of that one. We'll see if Ned uses his priority on this one out the back, and there he is, setting that nose ride up, gets the 5, gets the 10, stays on 5, is able to put in a committed nose ride there. Smooth turns. Let's see if this wave really opens up for him on the inside. A lot of white water and foam there, but we'll see if he can get around it. Yeah, it looks like he's going to make that corner. That little section there, throws the board up in the face. Let's see if we get a big sweeping cutback here, and uses that cutback just to kick out the back. So I think this is going to help Ned with that nose ride out there on a good set wave. Cut back into the white water there. A lot of conditions similar to what you'd get in Hawaii on the North Shore at this time of year, where you've got that wind that kind of whips across it. Has a little bit of a feeling like you'd see at Lonnie's or at Chun's.
Yeah, this kind of wind in Bali is in Indonesia is not too familiar. We're not familiar with strong wind.
Nice set on the outside. Phil locked into a 10 there, and quick backpedaling as the world dropped out from underneath him. Full control. You can see that wind has picked up again, and look at him able to drive through that little soft section there. And that's using some momentum. His boards are a little thicker. There's a little more board underneath him, and that carries momentum a little bit better.
Yeah.
Locking in at the top, quickly backpedaling. That was a very steep, critical wave, and he handled that well. Now watch as he glides through this next. See how he pushes down on it? There's just enough momentum to make it through that wave.
It's a pretty nice wave there. It could change his 6.83. Looks like somebody's selling this one. Phil letting Ned going left here. So Ned is looking for a high score.
That was a quick nose right at the takeoff, a really big backhand maneuver, and then he just comes unstuck there.
So here we go. This is the replay from Ned Snow. He's looking for a 9.27, and there's a couple big strong maneuver there, but unable to get around one of the section here. That one he's gonna fall off, and unlucky there for Ned Snow.
Not this year. That was Piccolo. No, it's Phil. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Piccolo,
absolutely
yeah,
right.
Piccolo won 2 years ago. So here we go. Ned Snow looks like could be one of his important right here, wingnut. Yeah.
Good nose right there. Nice turn. He went for that wider right-hander. It's gonna help him, but I do not think that's gonna be in the 9s in the excellent range where it's gonna get him.
Yeah. Maybe if he get a high 7 and he go back and get a high 8 after, maybe.
Right. He's trying to replace a 5.83 to close his heat up a little bit. As we get the replay, nice quick nose ride there, just a little behind that section. He couldn't stay on the nose through it. Gets another nose ride, a 5.10 there out on the shoulder, being able to bring it back into the white water for some turns. This is going to help him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to
change any situation.
He's still going to be required to get a 9 or better to take the lead away from Phil. With under 2 minutes left, that score is about to drop.
Rajzman leads the way.
Nice getting that drone angle on the replay. We get that nice nose ride there. We see the competitors in the next heat paddling out. Nice cut back into the white water there. That was great. The score comes in at a 5.77. So, yeah, he still needs a 9.27 with 1 minute and 25 seconds left. And here we go. Phil's going to use his priority and get a quick wave here. Nice turn to nose ride, 5-10. Drives himself around this one. Getting a little more challenging, it looks like, with the wind out there.
That's the first time Phil fall off.
As we get a quick look at the replay, you can see how the wind's affecting that wave, sending those ribs up the face. And let's just watch Phil fall, because we never get to see this. Look at that. He falls like the rest of us. That was thank you, Phil.
That was amazing. So congratulations to Phil Rajzman, and then back with Shannon and Sam on the booth. Next heat.